we've created a generation of narcissistic women. And what's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. Every poor choice is glamorized. So if you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. If you want to be with it, every poor choice is glamorized. And every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. And so what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves.
Narcissists, they rape your soul every single day. They're monsters in human flesh. And yeah, a lot of people say, oh, it's their trauma when they're kids that made them like that. We all have trauma when we were kids. I never did anything like that to people. Some people say, oh, narcissists don't even know they're narcissists. No, they do know. Because if they want something from you, they'll become so nice. When they take it, they'll become evil. So they know how to be nice.
Have you ever seen a man get erased? Not just dumped, not just heartbroken, but completely erased, completely destroyed. His life, his name, his freedom, all because of a woman's lie. Yeah, that's female narcissism at its deadliest. She doesn't just hurt you, she eliminates you.
Hello, my friends, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about, like you probably guessed already, female narcissism. Now, we've beaten this horse a few times already, but I keep getting a lot of men who are identifying a lot of these traits in their women, and they're seeing that it is a reason to leave. Because most men who see these traits in women before they actually get married must understand it's not going to get any better if or when they get married. It's going to get progressively worse. So, my friends, we're going to discuss it. We're going to look at a few podcasts that are talking about this issue because, like we saw in the first video with Sadia Khan, there is a rise of narcissism amongst women in today's modern society. So, subscribe, my friends. Hit that old like button, please. It's going to be a good one. And, of course, book a session if you need help with your relationship or anything at all. If you're building your YouTube channel, if you're writing a book, if you're having problems just getting on with life or anything at all, you need an older man's opinion, I am here for you, my friends. Okay, join our membership system. This weekend, I will be hosting another 2-hour session for all of my members. This will be on Saturday at 10 a.m. New York time. So by all means, my friends, log into the membership system completely free. Completely free. There's no obligation. You don't have to buy anything. Okay? So come on in, get your questions, get your opinions out there. It will be fun. We always have a great time. All right? Just grab a cup of coffee and come on in. Okay? So, my friends, let's get into this first video because this is a problem, my friends. A lot of men are complaining and women don't seem to see the problem as big as men do because we have a society that just keeps telling women that they're amazing. I don't get it.
What you rate yourself from 1 to 10?
I'm a whole 11.
You above the scale?
Hell yeah.
What about in the real
I don't care
world?
about nobody else. In the real world, I'm a 10.
You know a 10 means perfect.
I'm perfect.
So there's nothing that you can change as far as your looks.
I got nice eyes. They real. This body is real. That's a problem.
Okay.
And I'm soft. I'm a 10. Say, you look good. You look good. So I'm telling you, I'm a 10.
So people are telling you that you look good. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Those people, they was lying to you.
Ooh,
they was lying to you. They was lying to you. So the thing is, when you get all of this free attention from males that say, oh, baby, yeah, you look good. You ain't got to change nothing. They're lying to you because they want to sleep with you. I don't have those intentions, so I'm being honest with you. So I can tell you that you are not a 10. You're not anything close to that. And you have many things that you need to work on and change from the outside. For sure, for sure, for sure.
The mere fact that she's sitting there with a fake ass wig on and the nails and the makeup and the flappy things on her eyelids, and she's talking about I'm perfect, but yet she need all of these enhancements. The delusion that women carry is almost like a disease. I don't get it. Then the gall to then say that she's perfect. I don't think I've ever heard a man say he's perfect. Ever. Let me know. If you ever hear a man say, I'm perfect, not even the most boisterous men out there I've never heard Andrew Tate say, I'm perfect. I've never heard any freaking man say he's perfect. But yet we get women who constantly claim that they're 10s. Blows my freaking mind, man. I want you guys to listen to some of the comments just so that you can understand where people get this from. Zachariah says, confidence is key. This is the problem. There's a distinct difference between confident about yourself and your ability and humbleness to identify that there is no way I can be a 10 because I'm not getting 10 results. People who are 10 gets things thrown at them. Modeling contract, anything to do with beauty will be thrown at them. Acting contracts. I mean, everything would be thrown at them every day because people would want to be around you. People will want to work with you. People will want you, period. But yet this woman is sitting on a freaking podcast talking about I'm a 10. And you have to identify the mass delusion and the mass narcissism when you get this woman, Wendy Mappa, says, why is he so comfortable telling her this? In other words, if a man objects to what a woman says, he is condemned for that. How dare he says that she's not an 11? How dare he say that? Other women will say that. How dare he say that? And they don't understand why a man would say that. Just, wow. Here's another woman who comes with this comment. Michelle Richter says, the masculine urge to humble a woman with no insecurities who actually love herself is so embarrassing and off-putting. In other words, we or anyone, no one at all, have the right to tell a woman what her value is. This blows my freaking mind. Yet every woman, every day, can look at a man and say, you're too short, you're dusty, you're this, you're broke, small d, small this, small, everything has to be small, right? They have that right. But the second a man says anything about a woman, oh, no. Wow. Kimoni Flo, the white knight, the white simp is what we call them. He says, if she believes she's a 10, she's a 10. Someone rebutted, Deja Lila, sounds like a woman. If I believe I'm a unicorn, I'm a unicorn. Takes another woman to correct an idiot man. We can be whatever we want in our minds in today's environment, my friend. Blows my freaking mind every single time. So this is what is creating a society of narcissistic women who believe they can just get away, say what the hell they want, do whatever they want. Like this woman here. Yeah, that behavior can be excused and laughed at by a man and think that she's hot and film it and put it on the freaking internet because nothing screams narcissism than a woman who says, hey, can you just hold this water bottle so I can wash my underwear in front of you, flash you my punani, and then walk off. Wow, this is how far women have fallen.
Look at me doing this thing. Look at me dancing. It's always women, isn't it, my age, dancing in the kitchen to some music or other. I don't need anybody. I'm so brave. I'm so powerful. And I'm so free. Look at me dancing because I think I look so good. And it's like, you do need someone, don't you, bird? Because that's why you've set up a camera in your own kitchen to film yourself dancing because you think you look good and you want people to tell you you look good so that you'll be okay. And then you're going to spend the rest of your morning reading the comments of people watching you dancing, telling you that you look good in order that you feel better about yourself. So all of this, I don't need anybody, just everybody watching Instagram to tell me that I'm fucking fantastic. And woe betide anybody who happens to go on there and go, I think you look like an old hag, because you're not allowed to criticise. That's the rule with all of these weirdos that want to show off. You're only allowed to say, oh, you look so good, you look so hot. Oh my God, your decorations are amazing. Oh, I love the way you make your fucking ice cubes. Fuck off.
Other women will witness that, not put it down. But of course, big up the sisterhood. Oh, she's so confident. She's so sure of herself.
Part question. One, what is the answer that you want? And two, why is that narcissistic to say I am the table?
All right. So for one, that answer doesn't hit like how they think it hits, saying you are the table, because you're not even saying what type of table you are.
Yeah.
Are you that antique table at Big Mama's house that's been there for 50 years and it's going to last and stand strong?
Right.
Or are you that folding table where we can't even put anything on there?
Right.
You're not durable. You won't last.
Right.
You can't stand the rain, literally. Like, which type of table do you think you are?
Yeah.
So that doesn't even hit how they think they are. And like they think it hits. And then it's narcissistic because what does the table do at dinner time? The table just exists and we bring everything to the table. The table has to do nothing. It's surrounded. We pray around the table. We set everything on the table. Mm-hmm. We bring all the food to the table. We put all the silverware around the table. Mm-hmm. That's narcissist. That's a narcissist. You don't got to do nothing. Just exist and everything revolves around you. That's a narcissist.
It's a great metaphor. Great metaphor. I mean, the table was never supposed to represent a thing, right? The table was, what do you bring to the relationship? The table was the relationship. What are you bringing into the relationship? What are you going to put on the relationship? Woman said, I am the relationship. It just didn't make sense. But now he's made another metaphor for it, which makes more sense. Because a table does shit all except sit there. And if it's an IKEA table, you use it for a while and then you dispose of it. Because that's all you are. Most women are just IKEA freaking tables. No one freaking takes care of it. It's only there temporarily. It might last a little while, but eventually it breaks. But unfortunately, a lot of these women are being fed by influencers like this. Sharia 7, Miss Sprinkle.
If y'all are going 50-50, or a man asks you to go 50-50, he doesn't think you're the type of woman that he needs to impress. It also means that he thinks you're desperate enough to go for that because he thinks he's the prize. That means he does not feel that you're the type of woman that he needs to go all out for, to impress, to lay down the red carpet for. So therefore, he's basically insulting you. Okay. So remember that. And if you are stuck in a 50-50 relationship, the best way to help yourself is definitely to level up as far as what you look like, how you dress, how you carry yourself and all that. And start requiring more, start asking for more, start doing less, and giving him more responsibility financially. And see what he's going to do. See if he really likes going to start arguing about, him doing more. Because if he really loves you and he wants to keep you, he's going to pay them bills. Okay.
This woman is so stupid and brilliant at the same time. Her stupidity is in what she says, what she teaches women. Her brilliance is how well she delivers the message. So simple, straightforward, to the point where she sounds believable by the masses. There's no thinking. It just sounds great on the surface. And because it pleases so many women's ears, she gets a massive following. But when you really break it down, she makes absolutely no sense, because all she's doing is just taking one point of view, the woman's, a narcissistic way of looking at a relationship. A relationship consists of two halves. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called a relationship. If the other half isn't getting anything out of the relationship and one person is putting everything in, no, it's not going to work. And that's why David's Bridal has filed for bankruptcy for the second time now. Yeah. I don't think they're going to recover from this one because no one is getting married. Who's responsible for marriages? Men. Men are saying, hell no, don't see the benefit in it. Because every woman thinks that a man needs her. Here comes the narcissism at its finest.
Do you think you could survive without me for a whole month?
Yeah.
Yeah?
For sure.
You think you'd be fine?
1 year.
You could survive?
Minimum.
You could survive with me?
I want to test the theory for 1 year. I don't want to do 1 month. That's for amateurs. 1 year minimum.
You want to live without me for 1 year?
Yeah.
Starting when?
Today? Tomorrow? I think it'll be really good for both of us. Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Are you for real?
What? You don't think you would enjoy it?
No.
Why?
You want to go 1 whole year?
No, I don't want to. I can to show my love. 1 year.
How is that showing your love?
Because you said, can I go 1 month? So I'll do 1 whole year for you to show you. Distance makes the heart grow stronger.
Fonder.
strong.
Fonder. Distance makes the
I
heart
don't
grow.
want you to fonder me. I know it's hard for you to resist 1 year, but you can do it. Have faith in yourself.
Okay.
We'll FaceTime.
Even though it's a bit of a skit, even though she tried to pull this off as a fun thing, right? Seeing what men and how men would respond, you could see that she didn't anticipate this answer. But for some reason, women think that because they're doing things for their men for a time period, that the man can no longer do without her. This has been perpetrated and shown in movies. Oh, he wouldn't know how to cook if I wasn't here. Oh, I've been cooking for him for 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 years. Oh, he don't know how to cook anymore. He cannot take care of himself because I've been doing that part of this job for so long. Ladies, that's not how it works. Men are incredibly self-sufficient. Just because it's not cooked your way doesn't mean he can't cook his way and survive. This is where the problem comes in. You women think, oh, I come in and make a house a home, so now he can't do without me. What is your definition of a home? Cushions, sofas, comfort, all the shit that men don't need. He enjoys it when he's there. I don't need 15 cushions. I don't need 6 pillows on the bed, like in my house, okay? I don't need that shit. Give me 1 and I'm good. Now my wife got me accustomed to 4, right? But I don't need it. When I go stay in any other hotel, etc., I can do with the 1 pillow. I don't have a problem with it. So this idea that woman gets in their head that, oh, he can't do without me now, it's just another narcissistic way of looking at life, man. Now here's this woman, and she has this opinion that narcissism is good for you. Let's hear her opinion.
Upside of Your Dark Side, a book by 2 pioneering researchers in the field of psychology. Cashton and Bywith Steiner argue that traits we all construe to be negative are actually essential parts of well-being. But what about narcissistic traits? Can they make you more productive, creative, and successful? I mean, surely the hallmarks of narcissism, excessive admiration seeking, a grandiose sense of importance, and entitlement can't be good for you. Narcissistic people are more likely to reach the ambitious goals they've set for themselves. They're less impeded by self-doubt, even when the odds are stacked against them. And they believe that they're entitled to success, willing to give anything and everything to succeed, stand out, and win the admiration of others. These character traits are pretty off-putting, but what happens when the person displaying them is a medical researcher trying to cure cancer? Furthermore, narcissism can actually enhance your creativity. They are more likely to consider ideas that others may dismiss as just too freaking weird. They have a considerable amount of creative freedom because they pay very little attention to common conventions and the assumptions of other lesser people.
Any trait is good for certain things, but is it good for relationships? The answer is no. Someone who's an introvert, combined with the fact that they use that introverted personality to be a writer, can become an incredible writer if that's all they do, because their characteristic perfectly suits someone who's willing to sit by themselves for a long time and live within their own imagination. Perfectly suited for that. If you're a researcher, scientist, etc., and you have narcissistic tendencies, but you need to work with other people, you might find that it won't suit you if you need other people's help for your research, to help you with your research. Because most of those people will quickly identify that you are only for yourself. And more than likely, they will not want to work with you. So I don't understand why you think that being a narcissist has benefits when it comes to dealing with other people. Because that rarely works out. It might work out in the short term. You will use people, but most people will quickly identify that you're just a user, you're only in it for yourself, and more than likely, those people will eliminate you as someone they would like to work with. It's the reality of life.
Once you catch a female narcissist cheating, she will never trust you again. Let me explain. When she cheats, she becomes hyper aware of what you may pick up on her behaviors. She will project this insecurity onto you, accusing you of cheating and never trusting you again, even though, of course, she's the one that cheated. Because let's be honest, the reason that the narcissist you were with is your ex is because she is everybody's ex. She can't be with anyone permanently because of her narcissistic tendencies and insatiable fucking need for a supply. When she is in a committed relationship, she acts single. She'll give you big promises and false hopes. She doesn't believe in commitments, and she is not loyal to you. She doesn't care about the sacrifices that you might have made to be with her or the efforts that you put in to make her comfortable. In fact, she thinks you owe it to her. She feels entitled to everything that she's given, and at the same time, she wants you to be okay with all of her manipulation and cheating. As the saying goes, no one's as single as a married narcissist.
And that, gentlemen, is the reason why you should identify these traits quickly in your relationship. Don't get caught up with the whole love bombing crap. Identify quickly, suck it up. You're going to feel some pain at first and get out. You have to quickly identify when there are traits visible in that woman that you know you will not tolerate over the long term, because these traits do not improve over time. They get progressively worse, because what she's showing you early in a relationship is supposed to be the best version of herself, because we always show our best version first. We bring our best version to the table first, and then over time, our real selves come forth. So if you see the worst of her right up front, get the hell out. Cut your losses, my friend. Get the hell out quickly. Definitely don't marry it. But more importantly, that narcissist will have you spending money on her, and so it's best to cut it clean right there and then.
A female narcissist believes that the only thing she needs to do to escape accountability is to refuse to accept reality. This is why you will never get your point across to her when you're trying to explain to her that she's done something wrong. She's not confused. She just believes that playing confused will get her off the hook. She already knows how to treat you. Explaining it to her is a waste of time. She's already treating you the way that she wants to treat you, and explaining it to you will never make sense. She will condition you to be afraid to ask questions. She doesn't see why she should take the time to explain anything to you. She feels like it's better if you just mind your own business. Answering questions validates someone's worth and autonomy. This is why she would rather ridicule or ignore you than answer your question. In the moments where it seems like your female narcissist is finally starting to understand you, is actually the most dangerous time for you.
Yeah, she has a point. So this is what you have to do. When you are in an argument with a woman who has traits of narcissism, you let her feel like she's won the argument when both of you are in a heated discussion. Just say, all right, listen, that's fine. Now, when both of you have calmed down and you have collected your thoughts, then you hit her with a few poignant questions dealing with the episode. So you would say, listen, the reason why I brought up this incident when you were ignoring me or when you didn't want to listen to me is because this is what I saw. And if you can have this discussion with her when she's calm, and then she shows you that, hey, okay, I understood what you're talking about. But if it comes with a but where she starts to rebut you again, in other words, she tries to appease you by giving you an answer that makes you feel comfortable, but it comes with a but, she hasn't really been convinced. You have to be comfortable that she has understood what you're trying to say. And if you're having a similar argument again, you simply say, you know, this is something we spoke about already. You know how I feel about it. I really can't deal with you with this shit. I'm out. And that's it. You got to give her a chance, but you got to identify if she's trying to fool you or if she genuinely see your point of view. The reason I'm telling you this is because you might have a stubborn woman instead of a narcissistic person. You got to understand that a lot of women are stubborn. They want to try to get their point across. They don't see logic as well as you see it. So you got to be careful not to confuse stubbornness or lack of knowledge on a particular subject with a narcissistic individual. Narcissism is something that you got to be able to look at in a collective, not just based on one issue or one instance. Okay? So let's look at this last one here. If you feel like you're being abused by a narcissist.
5 signs you're being abused by a narcissistic woman. Number 1, playing the victim. When she pins, pricks you, pokes you, and then finally, when you raise your voice, get angry, or show any type of aggressiveness, then she, that's playing the victim. Number 2, when she gives you the silent treatment, I'm not talking about like for an afternoon. I'm talking about long-term punishing silence or even acting like you don't exist, like a little child for long periods of time. That's an abuse tactic. Number 3, withholding. Love, withholding. Affection, withholding. Sex. That's emotional abuse. Number 4, guilt trips. And number 5, she talks bad about you to other people, friends, family, even your friends. That's a smear campaign. What was your score?
Yeah, so those are a collection of things. One thing not going to dictate that she's narcissistic, but if you see a collection of those 5 things, there are more, but if you see a collection, then you might have to reconsider if this is a woman that you want to be with. Okay? So my friends, let me know what you think. Let's have a discussion. Are you with a narcissistic woman? Have you had one? Did one of them divorce you and moved on? I'd love to know your feedback. Let's have a discussion. All right. So my friends, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, book a session. So until tomorrow, remember, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.